Oh, welcome to the Raven Report. Today is Friday, January 12th, 2024. This is our snow episode. My name is Wynn.
And my name is Falcon. I think we all know what we're hoping for. A snow day. The weather is dropping, and the anticipation of snow is rising. We dream of sledding and snowball fights. But remember, safety first. Keep an eye on the weather. Stay warm. Don't drift, and fingers crossed for that magical day off.
iTech's Night at the Museum is right around the corner. The 7th and 8th graders have been working hard these last few months creating their exhibits, performances, and documentaries for this year's theme of turning points in history. All are welcome to come and see the incredible work and learn about different events and topics in Washington State history on Wednesday, January 24th, 2024.
Juniors and seniors are reading banned books in Miss Silvernagel's English class, room 229. These students have selected their books in the school library with the help of the school librarian, Miss Gunderson, either by grabbing a book from the library or researching and choosing other banned books, which aren't. Students will spend 3 weeks with the books, beginning this week discussing the text within them. The two most common banned books today are those with queer themes or characters of color. Almost half of banned books are young adult fiction, the book pictured here as Captain Underpants, which has, over many years, received complaints of graphic violence. Segment.
Welcome to Fun Facts with Falcon. Today's fun fact is about the lammergeier, or the bearded vulture. The bearded vulture is a very large bird that is just over 3 feet tall and has a wingspan of 7 to 9 feet. The thing that sets this vulture apart from other vultures is that it has a diet of bones. That's right, this thing eats bones for the bone marrow. And sometimes, if the bone that they're trying to eat is too big, they'll fly in the air and drop it onto a rock to try and break it. Now, back in the 1600s, a man in Greek named we'll put it on the screen. A playwright died from a turtle being dropped on his head. Some people believe that the bird that dropped the turtle was a bearded vulture. Now, another fun fact about the bearded vultures is that they're coated in red. Not a lot of people know why it's coated in red. In fact, there are still people speculating as to. Some believe it's for intimidation. Some believe it's just for fun. The other thing about the bearded vulture is that they can have up to 2 spouses, mainly the female. So females will have 2 male spouses, and they will both protect that one female. Now, lammergeiers are endangered, and that is because back in the older days, people believed that these were the devil's birds. That's because they covered themselves in red, and because they would sometimes take children. Now, the reason that they would do this is only because the children wouldn't move for long hours, so they believed that it was just dead meat that they could eat. So they would take the children at night and eat them. So what the people did in those villages is that they would go out and hunt those vultures. Now, bearded vultures have actually been known to be great pets, and that is only because they're very friendly, because they don't really care about anything if it's a moving object. Unless it's bone, they don't care. And that's it for this segment. Back to you.
Heads up, Ravens. Next week on Monday, January 15th, we're observing MLK Day. That means school is out for the day. Spend your day off learning about MLK and the people whose rights he fought to protect. Reading articles can be kind of boring, so why not watch a good documentary? Selma, for example, follows the 3 months between Martin Luther King Jr. accepting his Nobel Peace Prize and the Selma to Montgomery March for voters' rights. It tells the viewer how important the protests were and how the Civil Rights and Voting Acts affected everyone, while also teaching about who MLK was.
The new term has started for college students this week, so everyone who is taking college classes, good luck with the new term. On the Clark campus near Foster Hall, Clark is trying to make a bee-friendly field and has sectioned off the lawn next to the Foster Hall building so that students do not disturb the bee project.
Students participated in 2 mock trials earlier this week, with more trials happening next week. The first trial didn't see a lot of objections happening by any party. Being the final graded assignment in the class for most students, it is imperative to make contributions, and if no objections are made by the defense or the prosecution, students should at least complete their duties of their role to the greatest extent that they can.
Segment.
There's a segment here.
So, what is an inspirational quote of the day?
Never back down, never give up.
Never back down, never what?
Never give up!
Last year was huge for Blumhouse production, as the adaptation of the Five Nights at Freddy's video game became the highest-grossing movie of all time for the company, making $289 million at box office. A second movie is expected to come in the future. Josh Hutcherson, who played Mike Smith in the film, told Variety that the people developing the film are in the process of nailing down the story and want to get going as soon as possible. Hutcherson says he's dying to get back on set after a film that connected on such a large scale with audiences.
Do you have unwanted art supplies? Well, just inside the Vancouver Mall, upstairs, right next to the JCPenney's, there will be an art supply swap posted. From 12 to 5 p.m., people can come and drop off and or take supplies from the tables. As for what day, that is a mystery for all of us. This can be an opportunity to get rid of those old but usable paintbrushes, those unused sketchbooks, painting tarps, and every excess thing you might not need for your studio. Paints, canvases, jewelry making supplies, pencils, drawing paper, paintbrushes, and easels are all welcome. If you desire to bring items home, please bring your own bag.
So, Wynn, how's the wife?
Dead.
Gotta hate it when that happens.
Yeah. Favorite dinosaur?
Ooh, I think mine's like the funny looking bird one.
The Archaeopteryx!